Solo esto tengo.
Familia, gracias.
Ya no sé qué hacer con vos, no te entiendo.
Vivo agradecí. Estamos juntos.
Congratulations on your film, which I loved, and which beat the favourite to win the Queer Lion at Venice this year, which was quite a big honour. So can we start by talking, without giving it all away, what José is about?
Okay, well, first I want to thank you, Roger, for your comment of the movie. And José is about a story of a lower-class young man in a typical Latino cities. His experience of love, loss, and acceptance. It contains many universal themes that are not only limited to LGBT issues, but more of this kind of lower class young man's life in the real world, and more importantly, it's about dark skinned young man, which is majority of the Latino country peoples.
I thought this was the very first LGBTQ film I saw shot in Guatemala, and then next week I've seen another one now. Did you know there's a second one? I was quite surprised. Are you started a trend here, shooting gay films in Guatemala?
Well, actually, I think you're talking about Tremors,
Yeah,
the movie,
which is also at the Miami Film Festival.
Yes, that movie was shot actually. The shoot was earlier than us. Was shot in I believe in August 2016. When we were there doing research and pre-production. As we live there like starting. Oh yeah, no, sorry, it's 2017 August. So we lived there start 2016. We lived there 1 year to write the script, and I think after 1 year I started to talk to local filmmakers. There's another movie showing as a gay character. I was like, oh really? I never heard of it. So that was a very established Guatemala filmmaker. His first movie, Chicago, was in Berlin.
You mentioned, but I wanted to talk about it. You and George, your producer cum writer, went and spent a year there interviewing locals to establish a story. Why did you do this process?
We really want to make the movie authentic and organic as much as we can. We want to know young people's life, young lower class, working class people's life in these cities, because they are the majority. And we don't want people to feel like, oh, these two Americans, they come to the Guatemala, they don't know much, and they make a movie that's not authentic, and it's not Guatemala. So we don't want people to say that. So we did a lot of research, and we live in different apartments from month to month in different zones to make sure we know the location, know the people. And besides two of us, all the cast and crew of Guatemala.
Yeah, no. Why did you choose Guatemala in the first place? Could it have been any other third world Central American country?
Yeah, could be. And I started writing this script in Sao Paulo, actually. When we are showing this movie in Sao Paulo Film Festival and the Rio de Janeiro Film Festival, we have a lot of audience who seeing like, this story could happen in Rio, could happen in Sao Paulo, which is, I think, is true. But for me, Guatemala is the most urgent place because it's the second most violent country in the world, and 90% of people consider themselves homophobic. And there's a lot of other very extreme social factors. But in the meantime, Guatemala has a lot of hope because half of the people is under the age of 19. So it's the youngest Latin American country. And also Guatemala City itself is the biggest city in Central America, and the Central America is long overlooked by the international society. That's why we feel we want to do something there instead of some other cities.
Was it scary making a movie there?
Not really. And the people, although it sounds like very violent, but generally people are very nice and modest, and they really try to help. But there's a few occasions that actors get robbed, and here and there, and people come to casting get robbed. But all in all, it's not so bad. And also, it really depends on where you live and where you shoot. And we get a lot of support from the Guatemala Police Department. And so every time we went to a very dangerous area, my location manager, which did a great job, his name is Cheng, and he really organized the place to be there to help us.
You mentioned you used local actors, and they gave excellent, pitch-perfect performances. How did you manage to get that out of them?
For the actors, you mean?
Yeah, because they were untrained actors, right?
To me, I'm quite influenced by the acting in Hou Xiaoxian's movies. Hou Xiaoxian is a very acclaimed Taiwanese director, and his iconic movie is called Boys from Fenggui, 1983. Yeah, and he was using all non-professional actors, and for me, I like his movies, and also I want my movies like this. Is people, the actors in the movie have to act very naturally. Yeah. Very natural. No melodrama, no exaggeration, nothing like this. So to me, there's a lot of established theatric actors in Guatemala, but not too many actors can act very naturally. They tend to exaggerate. They watch too many TV soap operas. So for me to use non-professional actors is an advantage, because they were not trained to have like all those dramatic moves. So start very beginning, and they learn very well. And those young people in Guatemala are so lack of opportunities, and so every time when we teach them something, they learn very fast. And there's many talented people actually in Guatemala that can do this kind of work.
And they were happy enough. They had no problems doing the gay side of the movie with you?
Well, actually, it's some do, some don't. Mostly do not have any problem. And it's for my lead actor, Enrique Salanik, and he has no problem, and he wants to do it. Because he said, this is Guatemala. I want to do something for Guatemala. We need honest scenes. So mostly I don't have any problem. And the young people in Guatemala, they want things to change, and we have many actors in the casting. They want to say, oh yeah, no problem. I want to show my body in the camera because I'm Guatemala. I want things to change.
But so this, in a way, is a coming of age story, but it's so much more than that, because they have so much outside and economic pressures to deal with. Why was that so important to you to make it much more than a coming of age story?
It's all kind of inspired by those young people's stories that we need to be in a conversation with. So when I did the interviews with all those people, I was telling them, what's your most unforgettable memory in your life? Who is the closest person in your life? Have you loved? So mostly I have encounter with the young guys who had so much pain and depression and trauma from their first love. It's so difficult to have a romantic relationship in Guatemala because of the society, because of the country, because of the economic situation. Yeah. So once they do have something to hold on to, and once they're really passionate about it, and once it's gone, it's so much painful. And they could, some of them would have suffered depression and trauma for many years. I couldn't recover. So to me, I want to, I want to feel like I really feel their pain. I'm a lot older than them, and I have experience like that too. So I want to do something for them. So they will know that they are not alone. And and it's okay, and you can still get on going with your life.
When you finished, did you believe there's hope for the LGBT community out there? Will it get better? Can it get better?
I would say so. I would say so. The young people in Guatemala put a lot of hope on this movie, and there was a lot of activity group who were actively, helping the LGBT community, and they are fighting with the government, who is quite conservative and corruptive in the society. So I hope there will be a change in the country. Not just like a more bearing or more accepting of the LGBT community, but I hope the country will economically improve, politically improve, and all people will have a better life there.
Did you show the movie in Guatemala? Have you shown it?
We haven't shown the movie in Guatemala yet, and mostly we are afraid of the safety of the lead actors. Hopefully we'll gain some more fame or reputation outside the country. It will be easier for the people in Guatemala to accept it.
So after you show it here in Miami, in the film festival here, what's next for the movie?
We are going to, we are having a very busy March schedule actually, and we're going to show, in March alone, we're going to show in 12 film festivals. Yes, and literally probably every day will be José screening in somewhere in the world. And we are very excited, and it's biggest month coming, and we're going to be in Hong Kong. It's confidential, but we'll be in Hong Kong, Istanbul, BFI Fair, London, Outfest, Fusion, and Prague International Film Festival. All those very important film festivals. So we're going to be very busy.
Well, that's great. And have you thought about what's next for you after you finish with José?
Well, I have many plans. I'm thinking to make a movie in Brazil or China or India. So those three countries, to me, have a lot of inspiration. And or maybe Mexico. Yesterday we are watching Luis Brunel's movies that he made in Mexico, and they're so classic and such masterpieces. And so I have plans to start the writing, and I actually already finished some of script. My script in China, I'm thinking about to shoot, but it's going to be very difficult too. In many different aspects. In China, the censorship is quite tight. Yeah. And I'm a little bit afraid that the topic I'm in touch with, which I'm always, I like to show people's problem. I like to show people's struggle. I like to critique. So it could be difficult to shoot a movie there. And in the meantime, we have been spending our own money for José, so we need fundings for my next project as well.
Well, good luck with that, and we look forward to seeing you when you're here in town. You'll come over the screening, and again, congratulations. I love the film. It stayed with me some days after I saw it. It was very, very touching. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. It was very nice of you saying that,
okay.
And looking forward to seeing you in Miami.
Bye-bye.
Ya mamá ya pasó, no te preocupes.